The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I'm the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. It is Friday, a feel-good Friday, July 19th, 2024. We really are at the middle part of the summer. It's hot and heavy, but things are getting very good out here. I have Ryan, Jose, and Cara joining me today. What's up, everybody?
How's it going, Matt? You feeling good?
Feeling good, feel good. I'm sure it's been a long week for a lot of us in the
Yeah,
United States, but
I've just been
I'm happy to be here.
boiling.
Oh, it's been hot week
It's
too.
super, yeah, it's, I don't know what the conversion is, but it's been almost 40 degrees and I'm in northern Canada, so
We did last time. That's hot.
yeah.
But besides that, just also want to thank Magic Mind for sponsoring our show today. Our presenting sponsor has a limited time offer, so you can get your first subscription of Magic Mind, this awesome product that should give you plenty of energy before you day. You take your little shot, you take it all in, take those nootropics, and you'll have a clearer mind, less inflammation, and you'll be ready to go about your life and day. And to get your first subscription, you can get 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase by using the discount code PCMB20. That is PCMB20 at checkout. Go to magicmind.com/PCMB to get your code. Check out the episode description below on the all podcasting platforms and YouTube, and enjoy the great invention known as Magic Mind. So let's kick off this. Let's kick off this Feel Good Friday with, I will have to do another Trump thing, but I promise it's not what you think. We obviously know it's been quite the week for the former president, but amongst this, there are people who are taking advantage of the president's heightened popularity this past week, which includes the up-and-coming stand-up comedian known as Shane Gillis. And he, this past week, on the very popular podcast known as Kill Tony, presented himself in his Trump impression. Excuse me, let me restart that. Shane Gillis came out on Kill Tony as the former president of the United States. Let me show you some pictures with this. And this is what Shane Gillis looked like on Kill Tony earlier this week. What a huge moment here for the podcast community with Shane Gillis rocking this. He's back. He's ready to roll, and we'll see what happens. We also had this guy do the Biden impression, but I just don't know who he is. I know who he is. I just don't remember his name. But Shane Gillis brought the house down with this.
Not as famous as Shane Gillis.
And that was such a good impression. I loved the dude going, yeah, I'm from South Korea, and he just goes, gross, ew.
He's got a very good Trump impression. We've heard it a few times.
It's scary good.
So I did the best I can trying to filter the most appropriate for all audiences here. But this is the best I could do, and forgive me if this bothers you. So look at Shane Gillis killing it as Donald Trump.
Wow.
It was like 5 months ago or something. Yeah, it was a long time ago, yeah.
So you got pussy 5 months ago?
You could say that.
For a guy who collects bugs, frankly, that's not bad, honestly. A sad woman in Connecticut fucked the bug guy. And now she's watching this right now. She's at home going, I fucked that guy, and he collects bugs in a jar.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you make the bugs watch when you fuck her?
I do.
I'm asking for a friend.
I have.
Wow.
It was like 5 months ago or something.
Yeah, one more for you.
Extremely American.
Who are you saluting, Mr. Biden? You just saluted the whole audience. Okay. Bruce, you say that you're saving these pants for marriage. Do you have a girlfriend?
Extremely American.
Oh man.
Same thing applies to
This is different
skin color, because black women.
We know where you're going with this.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong one.
This is just Shane Gillis, yeah.
You have the gist, but Shane Gillis says Donald Trump. Incredible. Absolutely incredible impression.
Yeah, he's a very good impression. The whole episode was pretty funny. It's an interesting timing wise. I doubt it was planned that way. I'm sure it was planned ahead of time, but this is a very politics heavy week in America. So it's interesting that I think this is the most recent episode.
Yep.
Had both its panelists playing the two current candidates for president of the United States. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, no, they're both very funny. Obviously, the Biden impression it's never quite as impressive because he doesn't have as distinct a voice or manner of speaking as the former president, right? So if you could do a good Trump, which most people can't, even though they try, I think that you got a really good impression because it's instantly recognizable and it's almost always funny to hear someone kind of spoof it. He did it on SNL, and I thought that was very funny as well. That was back when he hosted, which we covered back at the time. So yeah, no, really good impression. Always funny when he uses it in his stand-up too. Definitely a good shout to use Shane Gillis in their in this week's episode if they knew that they were going to do the two candidates.
Love this guy and a big fan of it. And keep out rockets, Shane Gillis. 2024 has been yours. All right. So we have Pat McAfee back in the news. He returns from his hiatus doing his summer show. And we love Pat McAfee. He really is on my Mount Rushmore of hosts. And it was an interesting decision when Pat McAfee decided to go to ESPN in a mainstream move last year. And since that, he's been nothing but controversial and going against his own employer, which also happened earlier this week. ESPN released their top 100 athletes of the 21st century. Looked at the list. There is a lot we could break down there. You could do a whole podcast. I don't necessarily agree with most of it. And neither does Pat McAfee, which makes it funny on his very own network, who gave him tens of millions of dollars to be the showcase Monday through Friday. This is what he said against his current employer. So look at what Pat McAfee said on the 16th of July.
Dan Orlovsky, who's been on ESPN all morning, having the same conversation for the past 3 shows, will join us in 6 minutes, and we'll probably just cook him and ESPN as a whole for a lot of the shit they've been putting out from ESPN's people. Now, there is a top 100 list that is coming out from ESPN people, and I'll tell you what, it is the epitome of everything that everybody hates about ESPN. What they chose to do in ranking the top 100 athletes of like 21st century, they only gave us like 50 to 100 yesterday. What a shit show. What an absolutely terrible list. And we'll blame Dan Orlovsky for that. So he'll be joining us in about 6 minutes. We can't wait for that.
Man, it's pretty funny when you say this is exactly why people hate my company, no matter who you work for. Bold move, Mr. McAfee. Bold move.
Well, soon to be former employer. But has that Cara or Jose, or then Matt too, I think I know the answer for you. Have you ever you've watched Last Week Tonight with John Oliver?
Oh yeah, I've seen every single one.
So he does this sometimes too. Me and Matt were talking about this earlier, and it is always fun. It always gets a reaction, right? Like even though
in him coming at his own network.
Yeah, sorry. He doesn't come at ESPN. It comes at his network that he's on. And so like
in HBO
or in AT&T, who owns it, right?
So
he does it a lot. It's not like an unfrequent thing, and people always respond positively to it. I assume the network doesn't, but the viewers always do. We always love a good anti-corporate rant, right? And so it makes sense. And I mean, especially when you consider that I think at this point Pat McAfee is leaving ESPN as soon as he's allowed to. As soon as it won't cost him, millions of dollars. I think he might even break contract. I don't think he likes what he's doing. I don't think he likes where he is.
Because of like the censors, the mainstream. He's always was meant to be an indie guy in terms of, originally a Barstool person, a Barstool disciple.
Listen, he saw $, and I respect it. I don't hate that. I don't hate that for anybody. I'm always good for people going after the bag if there's one presented to them. That's clearly what this was. And I think he's realized that he'll make just fine dollars and cents by himself. He doesn't need the ESPN money to be a rich, rich man. And so I think he's going to go out and do that on his own. But yeah, always fun. And we've said on this show a million times, ESPN frankly deserves it. I've not even seen the list. The list could have been good, but just as in general, ESPN deserves criticism that it doesn't often get, being the, premier site in the space. So
in 2024, let me ask you too, though, when John Oliver makes fun of HBO and AT&T, doesn't seem to be actual malice with it, but it seems with Pat, he actually is serious. And there's been times where he called out literal execs by names who are no longer with the company as well. Especially when Aaron Rodgers comes and all that stuff. And he will be returning this football season. This fall, there will be more Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. So, you just wonder at this time with the mainstream fight, and with the always debating mainstream culture versus non-mainstream culture, whether specifically talking about the news, obviously that spins off into politics, or being PC and the sports. It seems that Pat McAfee really is taking a stand, and he understands his influence, that if ESPN wanted to break his contract, that he'd have a very loyal fan base to keep them all afloat and keep them the same with their revenue.
Yeah, maybe not the same, but yeah.
Yeah, but you just appreciate somebody like Pat sticking it to the man, as they say. At least I do.
I know. Well, I was about to say, you appreciate it more than I do, but a lot of people are with you in specific. That's why it always does well. But you're right. John Oliver's is certainly more tongue in cheek. I don't know if Cara or Jose has noticed that too, but
yeah, I mean, they switched networks at some point. He made fun of his original network and then started making fun of the next one that took him over.
Well, yeah, because they were bought out. So he had the new business daddy. But again, like that line right there, new business daddy, in reference to AT&T, is clearly tongue in cheek. Pat McAfee is obviously not telling a joke. He's obviously very upset with his employer. And frankly, it makes you a bad. I will say, for like regular people listening, if you do this, you are a bad employee, and you're probably gonna get fired. And you're not Pat McAfee. So, like, keep that in the back of your head. If you're thinking, I'm going to tell my boss exactly how I feel, like, you're certainly replaceable in a way that Pat McAfee is not. And I'm not saying that to be mean. That's, like, true. I'm replaceable. Matt's replaceable. Cara, Jose, we're all, like, none of us are Pat McAfee. So, yeah, if you've got an employer and you want to just tell them what you really feel, you're going to have to wait for the exit interview. You don't have the same followers, but he does, and he's using them, and that's always fun to watch, because it's just something that doesn't happen all that often.
Boy, I've never had a true honest exit interview in my life.
No, I haven't either. Those aren't real,
really, yeah. But boy, if I did, which are some people, I'll leave it at that. Oh man, can't think about it too much. But sticking to the sports really quick. And Caitlin Clark, right? Caitlin Clark set a WNBA record yesterday with 19 assists, completing a double-double yesterday. Now, the WNBA is about to go into their All-Star Game weekend. And amongst that, then they're going to take a month off for the Olympics. Some news, some tidbits here there also include she declined to be a part of the three-point contest, as well as Sabrina Ionescu. There are speculations Caitlin Clark might be on Team USA due to Diana Taurasi's injury as well. But at least I just want to say tongue in cheek a little bit with, of course, Caitlin Clark's literal historic performance yesterday. It's just funny. I mean, I feel like I'm somebody who could really say I look at news all day, every day for what I do here. And there are little tidbits, and I tuned into mainstream social media, but it's just funny how a month ago, and we obviously know why, it was more of a race discussion with her. not about her play. And then she's played a lot better in the last month. And I'm somebody who's been watching the WNBA for various reasons more now. And yeah, a month since the race baiting, and she's been improving as a rookie. And it looks like, though, we're not talking about that. Or Angel Reese, which I have to say, Angel Reese is actually, I think, your front runner for Rookie of the Year. And then, rise of players like Breonna Stewart and Asia Wilson. This product has been getting much better as the days gone by. Even the controversial figure Brittany Griner, she'll be playing she's actually had a good season as well. Remember her. But I'll talk about the mainstream stuff. The WNBA has been cooking. They just signed a new $2 billion TV deal, which is awesome to see. And, give credit to Caitlin Clark providing that. They're now a $1 billion company.
Which is crazy from where they were last year.
Yeah. So many good ups with the WNBA, and I'm just surprised that mainstream outlets like ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and Bleacher Report aren't putting more of an emphasis or see I told you so moment like they did in the college basketball season, because this is exactly what you want, and I just wish there was more of an emphasis on that.
I gotta ask the rest of the panel. I think I know what Matt's gonna say. He can answer too, though. And I want everyone to be truthfully honest. Has there been the same level of interest this month online about the WNBA as there was last month or 2 months ago, whenever it was, online about the WNBA?
No. I don't, at least not from the social media that I'm on.
Mm-hmm. But you, Jose?
Not about the race war, more about how good.
No, I'm talking just raw numbers. Any topic.
No, of course not. It's not the same. They got their $2 billion now. Now they can just ease up and suck again.
Well, so what I'm saying is,
I'm staying in. I'm watching it.
I
help them.
I mean, a lot of people are watching, by the way. I'm not saying that the viewership's changing that much. I'm just saying the conversation around the WNBA, and I'm actually going to eat like a tiny bit of, just the tiniest bit, because I still don't like it, but a tiny bit of crow here, because everyone on this show, we were all very upset with the narratives emerging 2 months ago. We covered it every week on this show without fail. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, you name it. We always had a segment about it. It worked, guys. We have to be honest. They haven't done it in like 2 months. And they quietly got a TV deal that most people didn't talk about.
Very surprised on that.
Yeah, there was, there's some like shake up in the Team USA. That might bring some stuff out when Team USA plays other countries. They'll all come together and cheer for them. Sorry, Cara. Well, you can cheer for Team Canada when they play against whoever they're playing. So like obviously there'll be little moments here and there, perhaps, but they dropped the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark thing. They dropped the racial component of this whole thing. And the social media mentions of the league just vanished. Vanished. So I mean, say what you will. They're not dumb. It did work. But hopefully next year we don't have to do it. It'll work without it. Hopefully they'll find a new angle going forward.
Like with Paige Becker's coming in or something.
Just a new angle. But we have to be honest. It did work. It got a lot of attention right before a big TV deal. It did work. Like it was absolutely, from a crass perspective, a way to get more engagement before your big TV deal. So,
do you know how many celebrities I'm gonna meet next? Sports stars I'm gonna meet next month. And
I mean,
ask me how
several.
many. Ask me how many WNBA players I'm meeting.
Do they have a deal with Fanatics?
And what deal, for the audience, where are you going to meet all these celebrities? Out on the town?
Yeah, out in the town in the clubs. No, at what's that?
Fanatics Fest.
Fanatics Fest. One. There's only one. And
I didn't notice that. Who's Homegirl? I don't know who Homegirl is.
Sabrina, whatever her name is.
Ionescu? Yeah,
she's good. She already sold out photo ops. But she is autographs though, $80.
$80? All right, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Ask me how much Hulk Hogan is.
Well, it's gonna go up. He might be Secretary of the Interior or something after tonight.
Probably.
So we'll cover all that some other time, maybe.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
WNBA is done.
Not done. They got $2 billion. What are they done?
They're over. This season's over.
Ridiculous.
They got their money.
The season's over.
The season's over.
I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake they're doing. They're taking a break. They're taking a break for a whole month.
Yes.
And then they're just gonna come back. No, ain't nobody gonna give a crap about the WNBA next month because it's football season now coming in. Are you gonna give a crap about WNBA when the football training camp and all that's coming up?
Over training camp? Yeah.
I'd rather watch training camp than freaking WNBA.
But we know that about you, bud. That doesn't make it a universal thing. That's a Jose
90% of Americans.
No, it's not.
Definitely is.
That's 90% of Jose's in this chat.
All right. Well, I actually will have to agree with Jose on this one.
Thank you.
NFL trading camps are getting more interesting.
of the podcast.
There's a lot of intrigue coming into this season, but I definitely won't cross that bridge when we get there. But it will be interesting to see the buzz around the WNBA's return on August 15th.
And I think it will be.
And I hope, even if it's just on a gambling standpoint, but we will ultimately see good stuff to the ladies out there who ball. All right, let's talk about Hawk Tuah girl again. I'm going to play you a clip. You tell me. The clip is, she's over it. We're over it. Let it go. You tell me if that's accurate, and keep in mind this is an Instagram video, so let's see if you actually believe this statement.
My man's got merch. You doing your thing, girl. You want to shout out the guy in the merch right now. He would be so. Put the camera on, idiot. All right.
Oh, she said it. She said it.
Dirty and clean all at the same time. Thanks so much for Celebrity Johnson. Hey, there you go. Hey. All right, bring it out first.
I don't even know what this is. But the comments say, reminds me of Simpson episode where Bart was a one-word comedian, her homegirl third wheeling for the fame. LOL. She's probably starting to realize that people will never see her as anything different. Unpopular opinion. This was tired the moment it happened. Once again, say the line,
Say the
Bart.
line, Bart.
Don't feel bad for her. She's making millions while you're working. Y'all just mad. Y'all gotta clock into work, and she getting paid by saying 2 words. Cause I'm also mad. All right. Are we feeling the sentiment with Hawk Tuah girl? Is she over it? We're over it. How many after assassination and attempts and RNC stuff? We're back to Hawk Tuah girl after her little break, or
I just who cares?
We're at who cares. We're at who cares at this moment.
I mean, I never really understood why it blew up as much as it did. I'm still at that point. Never really had it on my radar to be very concerned about it.
To Kara's point, nobody knows why it blew up. Not a single person. She doesn't know. The man on the street interviewer who made the original content, who's received nothing from this, by the way. He made someone famous, and his own content didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So
that'd be like if we went viral doing street interviews, and the subject goes famous, and then we're
still doing right. So he doesn't know why this happened. None of her agents know why this happened.
Her agents.
Don't laugh. She got agents now.
Oh, I know. It's just
and
funny.
that's why they're making a reality show. That's why they've got merch on everything. That's why she's saying Hawk Tuah at, live events. They have no idea what made this work. They have no idea why it's popular. And so they're just they're literally throwing, it's like spaghetti on the wall. Just toss it and then see if anything sticks. But obviously you can't speak for her, Matt. I know you said, is she over it? We're over it. It's done. Can't speak for her. So I don't know if she's over it. I'm most certainly over it. And I'm with that one person. I was over it fairly quickly. And And as for it's done, sadly, no, because she's going to have her TV show. And we're going to have to see an entire marketing campaign for that some point in the fall. I do still think that by the holidays, I know I said September. I don't know. I think I might have been wrong there. But by the holiday time, by Christmas, we'll all have gotten over Tuah. Whatever has come over us, we'll have got it out of our systems.
No, I mean, you're right. You're right. What else is there to talk about with her? If this was the, third act with some random whatever this guy is, I don't know who the host was, but
You're trying to tell me that if she was at the club in Sono, you wouldn't go?
If Tuah was at the club in Sono, you know what?
She was advertised to be there. Would you be there?
No, I'm not interested.
No.
I just want to go out in general. If I'm happy to be in the area and my Uber's paid for, then I'll go. But
that's
we can find another place to go out.
If you can go in there and she be find out what all the fuss is about this chick, you wouldn't be intrigued a little bit just to go and see what it is.
Like if I'm out here on Washington Street in Southern Norwalk, and the Alex's Lounge was a place where young people go. I've heard, and there's a Tuah night, and there's a little buzz, no cover, no anything, and the other bars have no lines at all, and this looks like the only specific place I could go to have a good time. Then maybe, but if anywhere else, it's just like it's like here at Eric Bischoff at Blind Rhino on a Tuesday night.
And he was there, and it was packed as hell. You couldn't even get in there.
It was packed as hell. I don't know. I don't know. I will take your word, but no,
it was
surprising.
Jose, in all seriousness,
there was a lot of big guys over there. It was
Jose, in all seriousness, and I'm a wrestling fan. Actually, certainly, if I had to meet one of those two people, they said you can meet Tuah or Eric Bischoff, I would meet Eric Bischoff.
Yeah,
but no, let me finish. If I was out, right, the only way I would end up at a bar with either of those two people is if I showed up not knowing that they would be there. I would never go out. No, not in like I would avoid it, but like I would never go out of my way
they were there
to go to a bar because anybody was at the bar. I'm not gonna be like, I was gonna stay in tonight, but someone's at a bar, so I guess I'm going. No one. You can name anyone you want. You guys all know the celebrities I like, the people that I followed. Anyone you want. Not gonna happen. If I don't want to go to the bar, if I'm not in the mood for the bar that you're at, then I'm simply not going. You know what I mean? So I
get it, Father Ryan. I get your point, but let's get this right. If Tuah is there, girls are probably gonna be free. Guys gonna probably pay $10 to get in. Whatever.
I don't mind that.
Oh,
fine.
I'm already gonna be in there if the girls are already there for free.
But then, are you going for the Tuah?
Yeah, it feels like you're not going for Tuah. You're going for a different girl.
So the Tuah girl is bringing the girls in. So technically, if you go follow the domino, it's because of Tuah girl, because I know the girls are gonna go in there.
So let's take this a second though, right? So Tuah is not gonna be there. Instead, it's gonna be.
Am I paying $10? No.
I don't know. No, instead it's gonna be. I don't know. What's another influencer? Someone give me an influencer.
Speed.
Kai Cenat.
No, because it needs to be a woman because he wants the women to come. Actually, I don't know that Tuah is going to have a lot of women show up. By the way,
yeah,
I think you might be wrong about that.
I think that's more of a like middle-aged men.
All right, how about Alex Cooper?
Perfect. Alex Cooper. Alex Cooper's going instead. You're going, right?
Call Her Daddy fame.
Call Her Daddy podcast, right? Big deal. You're going same. Everything else is the same. Girls and free.
Yeah.
Really? So
I'll tell you, girls serious. Definitely know who she is.
Yeah, exactly. She's significantly more famous with women. So it is really a Tuah thing with you.
Listen, I like Tuah because she knows how to spin on that thing. You know what I mean? All right.
We all know what you mean. It's actually why she's been famous for the last 4 months.
Exactly. So I don't know why we're confused. Everybody likes her because she's just spitting facts. That's what every guy's like.
Spitting facts. Honestly, that should be the name. Hold on. when she ends up with the interview show, because I've
Spitting
already
facts.
predicted that. Check our old episodes. That's the only way this works out. Not the reality show. They should call it Spitting Facts on that thing. That should be the name, or at least the tagline of her interview show when they do make it. Again, that's another free one for her team. But the next one, I'm gonna ask for money. So
Look at that. Good stuff right there. And the last sports the thing I'm going to show you today is something that might change MMA forever.
MMA.
Here it is, everybody. We have the first official 2-on-2 MMA fight. A tornado tag team match in the octagon. This is crazy. This is real.
Pero Chocas, ¿cómo no va a ser? ¡Comienza el combate! Uno ya. Se va 2 contra 1. Su rival contra 1. Esto está muy difícil para el equipo. Está rindiendo. Está palmeando. Ha palmeado, creo. Ahí está. Ha palmeado, increíble. Se acabó.
What'd you say, Jose?
This is not new. That organization's been doing crazy crap for the longest. They got
it went viral this week at 11.2 million views. So somebody
they got one with like big guys fighting like 3 little Mexicans. they got some crazy like big huge bodybuilders fighting 2 dummies. It's crazy.
This really is wrestling and MMA coming together.
Mm-hmm.
That was ridiculous. There's no way you could train for that fight. None.
But it's a real fight at that point.
At that point, you're just throwing hands with whoever's nearest to you and hoping that you don't get knocked out first so you could help your boys not get jumped. By the way, if your boy goes out early, you lose. There's no way you get jumped. If the first guy to lose, that team's out because now it's 2-on-1. You're just gonna get jumped. That was insanity. It was very funny, but no, this is not going to change MMA, Matt. To answer the question, you didn't even have to ask because I knew that's where you're going. This will never be adopted by a major North American MMA promotion. It's not mixed martial arts. It was just 2 or 4 dudes punching each other. It was a bum fight, but with better,
This is going to change the game.
Nobody will ever sanction that. Nobody will ever.
This will never appear
what?
in a North American mainstream.
They did it in this weird whatever country this is.
Well, I think they'll probably South America,
and they'll do it again. Probably. I'm not saying it'll never happen again.
It changed the game.
No.
Changed the game. This gonna be fun.
They just jumped the dude at the end.
Yeah,
he held him down while I just punched him in the. It's not. There's no way you can train. How do you train for what happens when my buddy goes out and they tie me up and just punch me in the face repeatedly? There's no training for that. There's nothing.
But really, that's like a Saturday night at the club with drunk people. You're just gonna snuff the crap out of them in the parking lot.
Well, we're gonna hit him, attack him before the match. Yep. Tanya Harding style.
Matt already knows how it goes down. Ooh. How's it in Cobra Kai? What's that?
I've never seen Cobra Kai.
Oh my God, Matt.
I really never. Sorry. My bad.
Was it like strike first, strike hard or something like that?
I don't know, but that's what's going to happen when it becomes big in America.
That's the
I should bet money. We should bet money on this.
Let me tell you one thing, though. You've seen how crazy these last couple of weeks have been in this country. Anything's on the table now.
That's a fair point. I would be an idiot to make any bets about society for like the next 2 weeks. You're right.
Yeah, but the problem with that sports betting becomes so big into sports. They kind of run the show in sports. Let's be honest. There's no bookie, even under the table bookies are gonna touch that
because there's no real way to make money off that.
Correct. There's no way. Like, how do you pick the lines on that?
There's no line. Anyone can win when it's an actual not a riot, but like when it's just a bar fight, and anyone can win. Really, anyone can win. Unless you start mismatching people, get the 2 biggest people on your roster and the 2 smallest people on your roster, then you can maybe get a money line, be like the 2 big guys for sure. But yeah, 2 relatively the same size, relatively the same years experience. There's absolutely no way that that's not a coin toss.
Yo, fuck it, man. It's still funny.
It was very funny, but
you watch. We'll see it go viral again on this show. I have this Instagrammer who's just hilarious to help us talk some funny relationship stuff. And we're going to feature him. His name is Christain Wulf. And let's see how he feels about certain dating topics and whether you agree or disagree.
I hate when I start talking to somebody for the first time and we immediately hit it off because I get way too excited way too fast. I start telling myself, oh my God, I got so much in common with this person. They're so easy to talk to. Where have they been my whole life? And I tell myself, stop. You just met this person. You don't want to blow up by coming off too eager or too desperate or too clingy, all right? You just got to play cool and just stop talking to everybody else because it's clearly my soulmate.
A lot of people have definitely felt this way. Like comments, the way I'm literally going through this right now is insane. The way I started creeping on their family social media accounts to get to know my future family.
Oh.
You live in my head rent free. Man, this is definitely an initial dating app thing, right, Jose?
Dating app thing.
Or a regular
having that
thing.
feel? I mean,
Just when you meet somebody
right
away.
Their attachment style. I mean, guess they're clingy as hell. I mean, I used to be like that, but that just shows they're desperate as hell. They got no options. So,
I do think it's a little clingy, I suppose.
That's super clingy. Who the hell is gonna go look? I'm not looking at some girl's family and see who my future mother-in-law is.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That one commenter really does need to take several deep breaths, I would say.
No, I agree.
Looking at family, but I know it's a little clingy or not clingy because I guess it's a little clingy, but if you're not messaging them right constantly, if you're just constantly thinking about them, it's harmless for them.
You need to stop that.
What do you mean?
That's borderline. That's how you start to become a stalker.
No, I'm not saying just not follow their family or whatever. I mean, but if you're thinking to yourself, all you said was, I think to myself, we have so much in common. This is my soulmate.
Okay.
You
dream fantasy. Your dream
fantasy.
fantasy.
Those thoughts if you want, but just know that that's probably not true.
The first day. Hell no. What the hell?
Again, just know that it's probably
that's part of the dating app culture, though. There's
I'm
so much expectations.
There's I'm messing with 2 girls at this very moment, and both girls, I know at any moment, if I want to be with them, it's a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
I get scared, and the reason why I stick to 2 girls is because I get scared because they text me more than 5 times in the day. I'm ready to bolt. So I just switch off and go to the other.
By that logic, me and Matt would be unable to speak to one another the number of times we text in a day.
But that's different. I can text. Yeah, but I can text you guys all day. That's cool. But we know that we go our separate ways and we're good to go. I don't have to. I'm not forced to talk to you the whole day. If I got this girl text me, hey, good morning, beautiful, cool. Hey, how's your day going? Great. Hey, what are you doing today? Any plans? Okay. How's your day going? Fine. How's your night going? I mean, same shit from earlier. Fine.
Did you consider that your one-word answers are the problem?
Would you consider if you gave me time to miss you a little bit and have a full-fledged conversation? It would be better. Hey, my day's going great. I went this, and this. I did this, and this. Blah blah blah, and have a full conversation. But instead, you're breaking the number every 5 minutes. You're texting me all this bullcrap.
She wants to see how witty you are.
How witty?
Can you have a witty repartee without having experienced anything in the last 20 minutes? I don't know. I could have.
Fine. No, you know, these girls are desperate. If you're on online dating, it's because you have issues one way or another, emotionally, physically, whatever. I don't care. But the point is, every girl on there and every dude on there.
Every guy, too. Yeah, that's to say. Yeah, I think it's definitely a dual problem, but I also don't think that that's true writ large. But I'm just saying that that's different than what this guy's saying. This guy's not saying that they're messaging them all the time. You've added a whole messaging component. All he said was he's thinking about how this girl is perfect for him. And I'm like, as long as you don't message someone that right away, like if you ever say we have so much in common, you're like my soulmate within the first like day or two, certainly that's a problem. Yeah. But if you're thinking it, I mean, that's fine.
That's even worse. That's the same problem.
No, you didn't say anything. You're fine.
Because
just know that you might end up disappointed.
To latch on to that, the idea of making all these great expectations. This past weekend I met an old friend that just got engaged, a very close friend, right? And my dating life was brought up, and one of the things the fiance said that was really key to me, and I thought was good, and made sense, but for some reason I didn't think about too much, is when you set up your profile, really you should set it up more for stuff in the moment instead of like expectations. Like, I'm looking for somebody to go travel with. That might be a lot for some people, or like looking for a Yankee fan. Again, that's all these things that are organic. So when all these certain steps are skipped from a dating app, knowing somebody is at least a little attracted to you from there's nothing to build off of. I thought that was a good eureka moment, so I really revamped my my
There's
profile.
nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you write on your profile if you like a girl that you want to travel. You're just showing that's what your intent, those are your interests are. The problem is if you have a conversation with that girl and that girl agrees to everything that you like, and then you put it in your head, wow, I got 6 things I'm in common with her, and I can build this connection with. You're going to take that and you're going to go shoot to the moon with that. That's the problem. Instead of just taking it one day at a time, you're already thinking, well, we have these 6 things right away. We're just hitting it off. Like, this chemistry must be amazing, blah, blah, blah. And you're already planning 3, 4, 5 dates already in one shot. That's the issue. The guy is just not ready to slow the fuck down. That's it. Take it one day at a time. Relax. Have fun. You're not technically in a relationship. Some people talk to one person and think like, I got to stay with that one person. That's first mistake. You're just in the talking stages. You have every right to talk to anybody you want to, as many people as you want to. But a lot of people just take that one and just stick to it. And they're putting all their eggs into that one basket. And that's the issue. Instead of giving yourself options and kind of slowly weeding out the pretenders out, and then you eventually get a couple of months in, you eventually got that one out of the 5 you were talking to, and then there might be something there, and then you can proceed. You know
I definitely agree. I do know what you're saying too. On top of that too, at least that's what's happened to me, is adding to the in the moment type of things as well. So whatever rocks the people's boat, sometimes I really feel that dating culture now, this is supposed to be what has to happen on the first date. This is what's got to happen, right?
Excuse me.
You got to make a power move.
With the punching?
No, the power move, just the power move.
Oh.
And then the orchestra's in the background.
For anyone.
So.
Yeah, so for anyone who's not familiar with this movie.
Wait.
They end up getting married.
This is back to, but
Back to the
this is
Future.
a scene from Back to the Future. And all I'm saying is the expectations of this perfect moment is what people are looking for sometimes. And those high expectations lead to the aggravation and also great conversation.
You know what it is also in today's age is more that moment instead of that moment. Guys are more waiting for that girl to be like hot too, and then that moment.
Unfortunately, you can't actually disagree. You can't. No, you can't disagree in
the background.
It's part of the expectations. That some guys do think, like that right away.
You're right. All jokes aside, you are right that most men that are looking for a serious relationship is looking for that one moment.
Yeah,
you're very correct. I will give you that. I think we're all looking for that one moment, and that sign that's showing that, maybe this could be something more than what it is. But you have to also be kind of realistic and kind of control your feelings, because you don't want to overshoot what you want. You don't want to rush into things, and I think that if you, like I tell everybody, like everybody asks, if you slow down and kind of relax and just let it grow naturally, it'll come. You'll have that moment. But just everybody wants to score that winning fucking touchdown. Everybody wants that.
I think Carl will agree with me when I say this, but I do think I should say it. I don't even like that moment. It's not, sometimes it comes without you even recognizing it. There's nothing you can do to spur on the moment when you realize you're with the person that you like, and like, this is really serious. I don't just mean dating serious, because you can be dating someone. You can be dating someone for a long time without it being particularly serious. Just, I want to put that out there too. Like, that's why I mentioned that those two characters are meant to be wed, like husband and wife. They have a family with multiple kids. That's the premise of the movie. So, like, that moment that they have, you can't force that at all. And I don't care. I know I don't do dating apps. Anyone who says I'm wrong is wrong, and I'm not. You cannot force that moment. I don't care how you met them. I don't care where you met them. I don't care why you met them. Your partner and you, if you're going to have a moment like that, it's going to happen when neither one of you is expecting it to, and it's not going to happen early.
And I mean, sometimes, like, you don't even necessarily need that moment for, like me and my boyfriend never had, I don't want to say like a moment where we were like, all right, this is it. We've just always been very comfortable. I feel like comfort is, was the biggest thing that made us just end up together. We moved in together without even discussing it. We just both, our brains went, oh yeah, we're just moving in together.
Yep, I moved
everything just felt right.
I moved to New Jersey without actually even asking. But it became like, I mean, now my wife, when she got into her program in New Jersey, it just, as soon as that was announced, I was all right, and I started looking for jobs. I started looking for jobs in New Jersey. Started looking at a place in New Jersey. It was never like, "Are you moving with me to New Jersey?" We never had this like big dinner, or a romantic moment under the stars where I'm like, "I'll follow you to New Jersey" or whatever. Nope. It's just, it happens, and it does happen that way. And I understand the want to make it cinematic. Like, you have that cinematic moment with the orchestra in the background, like Matt was saying. If you're looking for that, guys, you're going to be alone a long time. And I that might sound cruel, and there might be people who disagree with me, and anyone who tells you that it will happen that way is probably just trying to part you from your money. It's probably just some like pickup artist, you know what I mean? Like some Hitch style pickup artist. It's not going to happen that way. It just isn't. And if I'm wrong, tell me. Really, I would love to hear someone who's actually who's actually had it work, because that's the key. A lot of people tell me I'm wrong, and they're on the apps, and they're still single. So you tell me about this moment in particular, that's fine, but then you need to come with the receipts of, years of a happy relationship. But most of the time, it's not like that. It'll be a moment when your brain clicks and you go, this is the one. But sometimes you'll be just, at dinner, right? Like, I don't mean dinner at a restaurant. I mean, like, you'll have made like stir fry, and you're eating dinner, and you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do forever. And then you're there. That's how you know this is serious, and you guys have a shot. So
you can manipulate. You can manipulate the situation.
Can't manipulate anybody.
What do you mean you can't? I do it all the time. What are you talking about?
You don't. You think you do.
I can screenshot them and prove it to you. And
you
I
can
can
prove
screenshot right now.
Jose.
Hold on.
Jose, how many dating apps you got on your phone? Hold on. How many dating apps you got on your phone? Just a number. I don't need to know which ones.
One.
Just one. That's impressive. I have none. You want to know why? Because I've been with the same person for 10 freaking years.
Yeah, but my point is, you can manipulate the girl. I can screenshot.
You cannot manipulate that. You cannot manipulate that moment.
Yes, you can.
Honestly, I'll go a step further. If your brain is on, I'm going to manipulate the moment, in addition to not manipulating the moment, you will ensure that the woman that you're talking to, or the man that you're talking to, the partner that you're with, will never be that person. Because if you're trying to manipulate that person for that moment, not only will it not work, they're going to catch on that you're manipulating them, and they're going to be like, wow, this person's manipulating me.
Wait a second. Can I ask you a question? It's a moment, correct?
Yes, but it's not a moment you can manipulate.
Hold on. It's a moment. Moments don't last forever. Yes or no?
No, of course not. That's the whole point of the
Okay,
moment.
so remember that. You can manipulate the moment.
No.
I didn't say it was going to be forever.
No,
now,
you
homegirl
can't
might
manipulate
take it forever.
the moment.
Doesn't mean I have to take it forever, but I can screw her emotions to make her believe that's the moment. Big difference.
You cannot make anyone
I'm
believe that's
telling
the
you,
moment.
I'll
You
screenshot
can't.
all the messages for you. And then you can put it on
Screenshot
this
what you
chat
want,
and you
Jose.
say I was right.
Screenshot what you want, Jose.
My God, so
There's
easy.
only one measure. There's only one measure that counts in this particular endeavor. It's one that you have not succeeded at. So that's that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You're still on the app, brother. It didn't work.
I
It
ain't
didn't
who said
work.
I'm getting married. Who said I want to get married, brother? Brother, I don't want to stick with a hamburger
that
for the
means you
rest
didn't
of my life.
manipulate
I
anyone
like
into
steak.
marrying
I like
you.
lobster. I want variety.
I
I'm
know
not looking,
about
I can't
your
sit there and
variety.
get
I know
married.
about the pie. I understand. We had this
But that's
conversation.
a choice of
But
mine.
you're giving advice on something that's not about that.
But this is facts.
But you know,
It's
'cause
straight facts.
If you made the moment, then you'd still be together with someone. You're not.
Why do I need things? Because I want to manipulate the moment. She believes
It's
the
not
moment.
a moment then. You didn't make the moment. If you're not
It's a
together, it's
moment.
not the moment.
It's not
No.
my forever wife. How many people be
Doesn't
like, I
have to be
had that
forever
moment?
wife either. I'm
My
not talking about forever
God.
wife. I'm not saying you need to marry the
Ryan,
person. I'm saying
let's
that
get
if
this
you have a
right.
genuine
Ryan,
moment with somebody, then
There's
you're with
general
them.
people that think that's the one, and then it ends. Why?
Yes,
they thought
hundreds of
that
times a
moment.
day.
Yes or no? So
Yes,
they
hundreds of times.
manipulate that
Didn't
moment.
manipulate. No.
If
You're
you
wrong.
got the other
Moving on.
person to agree that
Moving
they
on.
think that you are that person, you have manipulated them to believe that. Because you know in your heart it's not true.
Guys, if you're looking to up your game on the apps, Jose's got tons of advice. If you're looking for that magic moment that Matt was just describing, nothing that Jose is going to help you do that. Nothing Jose says is going to help you do that. Moving on.
Ryan.
The only other thing I have to add to that is the fact that I'm somebody, nobody appreciates cinema more than me, but even I know a movie is a movie. So everything's different.
Yes, movie is a movie. No orchestra in real life.
But I can understand how some people feel that way either side, but I feel like even at that point, whether it's a manipulated moment or not, you know. That's what they tell me at least, right? Amen.
Well, if it's a real moment, yeah, you know.
Yeah, so we will continue to discuss this another day. So the last thing I have for you all is no doubt TikTok's actual rising star. He only has like 10 TikToks, but this guy is a modern day philosopher. This guy pushed things in perspective. I will play a clip, and it's a little long, but trust me, you will get this guy's appeal. His name is Cole Jordan, and the specific account is called Cole Manzilla, and this guy, he calls himself the CEO of the Yap. So let me just show you. This guy I think he's a modern day Socrates. Ryan does it from the start, but you will see what I'm talking about. This guy is just awesome. That's simple as that. He is having a great rookie year on TikTok, and let me show you why.
You know, there was a day and age where men and women used to have to hunt, fish, and gather. Just eat once or twice a day, and if they failed, they'd starve and have to try again tomorrow. Well, it's 2024, and a guy like me wearing a Star Wars Princess Leia shirt can rank the top 10 places we can go and get food in about 5 minutes for around $8. What a time to be alive. So here we go. Top 10 definitive fast food restaurant blind rank. Let's dive into it.
By the way, this dude looks so much like Glenn Powell. I just won't throw
A little
that out
bit.
there. Okay. But better yet,
the new
it's
Twisters?
better. Yes. He's Cole Jordan. Cole Jordan.
But with Burger King. Now, I'll say this right off the bat. We're going to have to talk about some tough truths when it comes to Burger King. The only reason it's even a part of this conversation is because years ago, there was a marketing campaign that said, have it your way. Now, what did that mean? That meant if you went to McDonald's and you wanted a cheeseburger without onions, they told you to pound sand. Head over to Burger King, and they went, ding, 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 we'll take off whatever you're allergic to. So, of course, they captured some market share. But fast forward 60 years, and everybody's making it your way. You can go into a Taco Bell, ask for a Crunchwrap Supreme, and to substitute the meat with Cheetos. And the guy at the front of the Taco Bell will head over to the 7-Eleven, just ask you, do you want Flamin' Hot or regular? Now Burger King's entire marketing campaign is just shouting Whopper at us a bunch. Why do we care? For that reason alone, 8. Five Guys. Now, when you go to Five Guys, you know exactly what you're going to get. A gourmet cheeseburger and unlimited peanuts and a fountain drink where if you want to try a little bit of orange in your Dr. Pepper, you can do that. Are you 6 years old? You want to try all the Powerade flavors in one cup? You can do that too. But what you're going to also get is debt that will rival your student loans. Last time I ordered a cheeseburger there, I had to put my watch up for collateral before my card ran through. I asked for 2 cheeseburgers and they asked me if I had a boat. When we're ranking fast food restaurants, we absolutely need to consider cost versus quality and the ratio between them. So for that reason, Five Guys is 5. Taco Bell, the legend, the GOAT. There is no better individual item on any of these restaurants guaranteed than the cheesy gordita crunch. If I ever needed to force myself to cry, I would just think about all the people that came before us that never got to experience the cheesy gordita crunch, from the hot, soft flour tortilla to the crunch of the hard shell to the perfect blend of cheese, meat, lettuce, and the cheesy gordita crunch sauce. You could inject that sauce directly into my veins. It is the perfect taco, and we haven't even talked about the Crunchwrap Supreme, the chicken quesadilla, the chicken chalupas. The list is endless, and they're constantly innovating. This is number 1.
All right, you get the gist of what we're going for here. But this guy, whether you agree with me or not, is our modern day Socrates. After me and the crew here, this guy is incredible at the app, and quite frankly, I'm more inspired to live my life a little better because of this guy's perspective on things. You watch.
On fast
he's going to
food.
begin. No, not fast food. Just the way he's able just to yap on a subject.
Okay.
Not specifically
Matt,
as fast
I'm just going to be honest. Yeah, this is not the systematic study of fundamental questions about the nature of reality and human existence. This is not philosophy. He's very funny. I really like that he adds a lot of commentary before he, like, it's not just, because sometimes you do these lists, right? And you just like say a quick one-liner about the fast food place, and that's good for a chuckle. This was a little bit more conversational, like a conversational stand-up almost. And I kind of like that. I really like that vibe that he brings to the app. But I know everyone on this show today has got this thing where they're just going to be right, whether anyone agrees or not. So it's fine if you want to be a philosopher. If you're a team philosopher, like this video for sure and let us know. And like the comments are on social media. But by definition, nothing he said was philosophy. So I don't know about modern day Socrates, but he does look like Glenn Powell. So there's that. I do agree on that specific. Of the 2 things you claimed on the before the show, I'm locked in with you on that one. The first one, the jury's still out, I guess.
Some people just don't get it, and that's okay, Ryan. You eventually will, with more lists. And
Right,
I could
more
keep
lists.
going all day with this. Whether it's top 10 sodas, top 10 things, top 10
right.
restaurant chains. But we only have so much time with this pod. And Cole Jordan is now on the dream guest list, along with Juliano Hodges and Derek Jeter and Victoria Justice. But we'll say that for another day.
Justice. I was going to ask though, should we? I kind of want to know. There's only 2 of us, so obviously we've got 2 sides on the philosopher debate. I kind of wanted to hear the rest of the panel. Where are we on the philosopher side of things? Or the Glenn Powell? You could pick which one you want to comment on.
Glenn Powell, that's the guy from. Isn't he doing the Twister movie?
Yeah, he's in
Twisters.
Twisters.
Yeah, he don't look
Hitman.
like Glenn Powell.
Oh, I think he does actually. He's got a beard, but other than the beard, I think it's there.
I totally agree with everything he says. So,
But so you think he's a modern day Socrates?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but he's up there.
Well, I know. He's up there. All right. I'm calling that team Matt then. I'm saying you agree with Matt because frankly, it's not philosophy at all. So if you're willing to go anywhere near Socrates,
This is
then I would say your
incredible
team
what
team
he's
Matt.
pulling
I
off.
mean, you talk about Burger
Yeah.
King, spent 5 minutes talking about Burger King and Taco Bell.
I went viral for it. That's impressive for sure. It's just not philosophy.
Yeah, I just it's entertaining. I don't think it's philosophy.
We're gonna get kicked off the show card. They're just gonna replace
Like I
us.
said, some people
Yeah, but that
just
would be
don't
because
get
I'm
it.
a woman. Then I could pull the sexism card.
I'm not though, so I think we just both be fucked.
Like I said, some people just don't get it, and that's okay. I still appreciate and love you. But this guy holds it down, and I am Team Cole. Literally forever.
We're all Team Cole. That's true. We should make that clear. Videos are great. We're all Team Cole.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to leave you with one more take he has from, where do I go? Sodas, Perfection.
All of life's great mysteries are really right there.
I'm just going to leave it with this one more time. Top 10 soda list.
All the dads out there, I'm sure many of you will be spending it at Chili's. Now, we already know where the top 10 restaurants rank, what those items are, and where they rank, what they say about you. Now, what are you washing it down with? This is the top 10 definitive list. Soda rankings. Now, Pepsi, the top 2 ingredients in a Pepsi are soap and TV static. I can't imagine why anybody would have this very high on their list, because when you finish drinking a Pepsi, you can literally feel all of your teeth turning into chalk, where if you bite down too hard, they'll all just shatter and you'll end up with dentures for the rest of your life. That's an 8. Not a good start. On to the Red Bull vodka. I mean, just Red Bull. It gives you wings, so it already is going to be higher than Pepsi. You're not ordering a Red Bull to go with your pizza. You're not ordering a Red Bull with your steak and potatoes.
No,
but you are ordering it to throw in a little bit of Tito's, and now you're going out for a night out. You are drinking one to help you get through the day. You got a big meeting coming up, drink a Red Bull, and you're going to be the best version of yourself. And there's not a lot of other sodas or drinks that are going to do that for you. We're going to go 6 here. You just can't be like Johnny Depp and drink 10,000 of them. Your heart will beat right through your chest. This is like a German soda. I've never had it before. If you've had it before, go ahead in the DMs and let me know how it is. 7-Up, the dirt water. The dirt water of Sprite.
Dirt water.
Now, it's hard to go wrong
That's
with lemon
true,
and lime. But there's an old Mitch Hedberg joke that I love. It says, the ingredients on a Sprite can say lemon and lime. But I try to make some at home, and there's more to it than that. Hey, would you like some more of my homemade Sprite? Not until you figure out what the fuck else is in it. And 7-Up still hasn't figured out what else is supposed to go in it. Number 7. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is like a cultural phenomenon to me. I genuinely don't get it, but we all have that one or two people in our group, or that we know, that this is what they drink exclusively. Hey, have you had any water recently? No, but I've had 3 cans of Mountain Dew, and it's 9 a.m. Plus, if you've ever had the misfortune of flipping through a dental hygienist book, you'll see that Mountain Dew has the same capabilities of burning a hole through your tooth like a stone that's been sitting at the bottom of the ocean for 500,000 years. There's no reason to drink one of these, but because of how important it seems to be to our culture, it's going to sit at 5.
Wow.
Fanta Orange. Now, this is going to be interesting, because am I just judging this on Fanta Orange? Well, you know what? I only judge Mountain Dew on Mountain Dew. Didn't even talk about Code Red or Baja Blast that deserve to be a part of this conversation. So this is just going to be orange soda, Fanta Orange. I do think Orange Crush is the definitive orange soda, but I'll never forget where I was when I saw the first Fanta commercial. Wanta Fanta? Don't you wanta? One of the best of all time. We're going to go for it. We're going to get some good ones here. Now, to me, a Coca-Cola is meant to be drank out of a glass bottle that's been sitting in a freezer just long enough so you get the nice glaze over the bottle. Oh, yeah. That's the perfect drink. A Jack and Coke is the next best cocktail to a Red Bull vodka on this list. But Coke is not my king. Coke, to me, is the boomer king, and its reign continues. But there's another one coming for it. We're going to put it at 3. And this is the guy that's coming for it. But what has Dr. Pepper done so well? They've bottled a feeling. They've bottled a time of the year. They've bottled nostalgia. The closest thing that we have to European football in America is college football. The tradition, the culture, the experience. And Dr. Pepper has found a way to bottle it. When you sip on a Dr. Pepper, you can think about the best Saturdays we have here in the United States, which is college football Saturdays. but it's number 2. My favorite part about chain restaurants was the unlimited beverages that you could get. I'd be 6 Dr. Peppers in and 4 rolls and butter at Texas Roadhouse before my main dish even arrived. Eula dog? This is was it like Swedish or Turkish or something like that? If you've had it, you want me to tell me about it? Get in the comments. And here's your king. The ingredients are perfect.
No.
It's as refreshing as any drink can possibly get. I don't even drink soda very much anymore, but I still have cravings for Sprite. There's sometimes you have a certain level of thirst where the only thing that will quench your thirst is a nice cold Sprite. This is a perfect list. Awesome. Enjoy your Father's Day.
No. Like this comment says, this guy may actually be the best blind ranker I've ever seen on this app, and he's just getting started. And to the list, you don't agree. Whether you agree or disagree, he still won.
I mean, it was a good video, but Sprite number 1, that's some dirty business.
Dr. Pepper number 2.
Oh, no, I would put Dr. Pepper number 1. So that's, I mean, it's all subjective, but
Dr.
that's
Pepper tastes like
dirty
medicine.
dirty business on that Sprite up at the top.
Nah,
that's like
good.
I think that's a 4. I think that would put that 4. I would move, then I'd put everyone up 1. So it would be the Dr. Pepper, the Coca-Cola, the Fanta, then the Sprite. It was a close list. Just a couple that I would have changed.
What do you say, Jose? Jose.
Dr. Pepper's straight trash, so that goes to 10. Coke is number 1.
Coke could be number
2.
No.
Pepsi number 3.
Really? That's interesting. You have Coke and Pepsi both in the top 3 for you personally. As people usually prefer one to the other, like significantly. Like I don't like Pepsi at all.
See, I like regular Coke, but I like Pepsi Zero.
Interesting. Okay, I only drink that diet soda because of my what's it called? Well, because of my specific blood pressure issues. I'm supposed to drink diet, not regular, if I drink any soda at all. So, so I am actually, and I will say, in my mind, all these are based on the diet version. So maybe like Sprite has just got that little extra something that the Sprite Zero doesn't have. So I will give that, away as like that's definitely something I could see as being, what's it called? As being possible is that since I haven't had like the full on Sprite in a long time, it's possible I'm missing something. It is better than 7-Up, which is just Sprite's dirty water. I agree with that.
7-Up even still around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really drink soda.
7-Up in forever.
I don't really drink soda at all anymore. It's been like months since I've had a Coke, but I loved Coke as my favorite. And my dad used to work for Pepsi, so I drank Pepsi for a long time in my childhood. But I don't really remember it. But I have gotten into Celsius energy drinks though. So if you want to debate me on that, we can worry about that another day. But I love Celsius energy drinks, especially the wild berry.
Those are pretty popular.
Incredible stuff. Hopefully they sponsor. But regardless, at the end of the day, it's about Cole Jordan. You win the end of this podcast. He's on the rise. Watch out for what he does. Thank you again to Ryan, Jose, and Carl for an incredible show. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. See you later, everybody.
See ya.
And don't forget to get Magic Mind.